Good evening, everybody. Dirty Dog here. Welcome back to another episode of Nonsense. Today we are back in American Truck Simulator. We are doing my South of the Border challenge. And I think this is load number 3 that I'm about to start here. I'll show you on the map where we're going. But basically, we're using the Reforma map. We're running down here in Mexico. But I'll show you what we're doing. If you watched the last video, we hauled some stuff, an oversized load to the burr there, and basically all I did was just drive north of there to the scrap yard to pick up some like scrap metal, and we're going to be taking it all the way over here on the border, right here. Now, if you looked at the load, it says it's in Mexico. Obviously, if you look at the map, it looks like it's still in Texas. I don't know. I think the map's just not lining up too well because I'm using a Reforma map. I might need to use one of those background maps I was telling you guys about before this challenge started. It looks like we're going to be running in the U.S. most of the way and jumping back down in the border. So as long as the loads begin and end in Mexico, you can do this. I pointed this out to everyone else, and everyone else can do the same thing I'm about to do. So anyway, let's get at it. We got about 880 miles roughly. So I'm guessing it's going to probably take about an hour. It says 46 minutes. I'm thinking about an hour. But this is the trailer that we're hauling. So let's get right at it. So grab you some Scooby snacks, sit back and relax, and let's get to trucking. And let's see what happens during this, because the last couple loads have been pretty amusing. If you didn't watch the last delivery, I got stuck in a toll booth by an invisible wall or something. So I don't know. But I racked up a bunch of fences, and in this challenge, to get any fences, you lose mileage. So my mileage is probably in the negatives right about now. We'll see. So first thing we got to do is find a spot to fuel and take our break, because we're getting kind of close to that. There was one right behind us, but I decided to just keep on going. We still got 3 hours. And while we stop at this light, we'll take a look. There's one down here. Fuel. Probably stop right here. Now, I don't know. Let's see. It ain't going to work. About this spot. Well, we might have to turn back. I don't know. I ain't worried about it. We're going to keep going. It says we have to turn around and go that way. I have no idea. So, we'll see what happens. Always something interesting around here. Yeah, maybe I should go over there. I don't know. Heck with it. We got plenty of fuel. We still got over half a tank, so we'll have to stop. But let's see what happens. If you hear any squeaking, that's my chair. I think it's about time for a new chair. So I apologize for that. And my phone keeps going off with a bunch of notifications. Also, I got 5 new Discord members that joined today. I just want to say welcome aboard to those guys. Give them a big shout out. Hopefully they enjoy being a part of the Discord. Anyone can become a member if they wish. More the merrier. finally we can roll. Now the Reforma map, it does have some odd speed limits. Now I'm thinking the signs are in kilometers, but sometimes they just don't add up. So you'll probably see a lot of like tickets, like speeding tickets, because I'm just going to kind of use my judgment on this. Because sometimes you get in an area like in the middle of nowhere, the speed limit's super low. Makes no sense. But, you know, hey, be alright. I'm just enjoying the scenery. The guys at Reforma have done an amazing job with this map. It has come a long way. It's definitely, they've definitely improved it since the last time I played it. I think it's been about a year since I've, you know, played this map, so that's why I decided to do this challenge, you know, using this Reforma map, because it's something different. I don't want to be using the same thing. So I don't want to make it boring, you know. And this map is definitely not boring. There's a lot of twisty roads. I'm hoping to do some exploring with it. I'll probably do more exploring, you know, after the challenge, because it's something different. Because I'd like to have them, you know, keep up the good work maintaining the map and show it off, throw it on my channel. Might make other people, you know, want to try it. They never tried it before. Got on the juice a little too fast. But yeah, it's definitely a bit more challenging. That's what makes it fun, though. I think, anyway. These guys are not doing... Oh, never mind. We got a traffic light up here. Now, I am planning on doing something with the ATMX map if they ever update it. I'm going to check it out, because if you want to see a crazy map, that is a crazy map. I think there's a couple guys that do the, we're going for it, the Reforma map, that do that map, because I see a lot of similarities, but it has a little bit of everything in it. It's crazy. Alright, we're going to jump in the left lane here. Oh, speed limit is 25. Okay, I thought it said 35. it's up to 81. I think I could have just turned at that truck stop there, but I didn't. Should have. Oh well. It'll be alright. Yes, I know I'm supposed to be in the right lane, but at the moment we got 500 vehicles wanting to pass us, so we're kind of stuck at here at the moment. Now we do have a repair shop, I think. I'm going to click the map real quick, guys. Nope. Okay. We might be able to turn there. See if we can. If we can, we'll stop there. I don't think we'll be able to because of the terrain difference. But you can see we're a little higher up than they are. But you never know. I'm going to slow down real quick just in case. This map is full of surprises. Don't look like we can. Oop, yes we can. Alright, cool. Nice. See, I wish on the map they would state that we can do this. But that's alright. That's what makes it fun. You gotta do a lot of guessing. Alright. We'll go ahead and refuel, and then we'll take our break. Now I do have about a 300-gallon fuel tank, two 150-gallon tanks, total 300 gallons. So we can go a good ways on it, unless we're hauling oversized stuff. Guess that guy decided to sleep at the fuel island. And we're gonna pull over by one of these trucks. I'll probably park right beside on that K-Whopper between that and Dollar General. So let's go ahead and get to that. Wrong button. Sorry, guys. That says we can sleep, but we're gonna back her all the way up. That's a little close. I don't want to hit the guy. But I know how the game is. Sometimes it looks like it's super close and you still hit them. And I don't want to do that, so. That's why if you're not sure, get out and look, pull forward. you don't want to hit stuff like I'm about to do there. So there we go. 30 minutes backing up here. But yeah, usually in the real world you have not this much space. So, alright. Alright, we'll take a nap. And we'll get back to trucking. Well, it's raining again. Jeez, I've never seen so much rain in my life. Anyway, guys, I gotta get something to drink real fast. Since we're here at the truck stop, it's the appropriate time to do it. So give me about 30 seconds and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back. I apologize for that. Poor planning on my part. Usually I get something to drink. Before I start this, I just did. Anyway, let's carry on. We just got to cross the road again and I'm going to do an outside view real quick because I can't see anything. One of the advantages of driving in a video game. In the real world, I probably would have just faced like I was pulling out of the truck stop where I can actually see, but in the game it's hard to see a lot of this stuff sometimes, and vehicles do pop up out of nowhere like the road's clear. Whoa, why are we not turning? That was freaky. must have a traffic light up here or something. Thing I can think of. Oh, speed bump. Oh Lord. Hold on your drinks. I know in Reforma here, they don't play around with their speed bumps. Now this is going to be interesting to get across here. Maybe not, we'll see. Up the mountain. Yeah, I'm running an old Volvo with a 425 horsepower VD12 engine, Volvo engine. So it's definitely not the most powerful thing in the world. It's a good motor. What I used to have in the truck I used to drive with the other company I worked for. Very reliable engine. Miss driving that truck. That's why I love driving this one so much. It reminds me of it. And this is a modded truck. And you can find this on Truckee mods, and every time I get this thing up to speed, you gotta slow down. And I do have a link to it in my Discord page. That way others can find it if they want to use it. Trucker key. There's one of the newer Volvos. They're pretty nice. I've driven on one of those once. They're nice trucks. I prefer the older ones though. Just, I don't know, I'm an older truck style type of person. All the new vehicles just seem cheap. I mean, they're nice, but they just look and feel cheap. but yet they cost twice as much as they should. Oh well, be alright. But I am enjoying my new job. How much does this thing weigh anyway? 46,000 pounds. Talk about not merge, they don't want to merge. That's alright, we'll do one of those. We'll just put the trailer on top of them. Two can play at that game, right? It's funny. It seems like it rains more when I'm in the desert. Now, I was planning on going south, but this is the only load I could find in the area I was in. So, just gotta go where the loads go, right? About to stop raining here. That's nice. This reminds me of Florida. Raining when the sun's out. It's nice. Let's see. left lane. I think I saw something USA on it. Alright. Oop. Turn the radio on, my bad. Discovering more turf here. Alright. Alright, I think it's about to stop raining. Let's go this way. Of course, you know, I probably screwed up. Because I'm good at that. Alright, we can bypass the scale. That's nice. That's the scale right here, I'm guessing. Let's see here. Go in the middle. I think. That's what it's looking like. Whoa. What? Okay. That's weird. Stuck on a speed bump or something. I guess. I don't see what we're running over, but man, that's crazy. We're gonna jump in this here. That's what it's saying to do. So I hope it's right. I have no idea. Guess we'll find out in a minute, right? Oh, that looks bumpy right here. Hold on your shorts. Holy smokes. That's crazy. I guess that's the wall right there. Huh, that's interesting. Kind of cool. Now, it's something I definitely don't want to do. Is international freight. Cool, we're in the United States. Because it's just such a headache. Good grief, I'm about to fall through the floor here, I think. Okay. bypass that. That's nice. That's what it looks like it's trying to do. I have no idea. Whoa. Alright. Welcome to America. Yeah, I just heard horror stories of delivering stuff. You know, Mexico, Canada. Especially since after 9/11 happened. So that rain just does not want to go away, does it? I guess we're going to be driving back in it. Alright, let's keep an interstate ride. Get the left lane. Yes, we do. That's what it looks like. So once we get on the interstate, we can do some riding. Now there's an older version of this truck. It's actually the white version. Just the truck company. But I tried building a truck and the game crashed. And I'm not sure if it's something with the truck or one of the mods for the truck. Not sure. I've only tried it once. I might try it again. It kind of looks more like the Freightliner. It has a longer hood. You know what the classic XLs look like. Kind of looks something like that, but older. Let me over, thank you, sir. All right. imagine we're going to be jumping on I-10 most likely. I like about this truck here is you can't really go super fast and get race miles. I mean, you still can, but I mean, I'm in 18th gear and we're running about 18 on the tack, 17, 18. You don't really want to go over 19. 18, 19 is about your maximum for, you know, sustained RPMs. Red line's 23. So I pushed my Volvo a few times around 21, 22 a couple times. Not very good to do that, but it didn't stay there that long. That's why it's very important to understand your truck, or heck, anything. Understand what you're driving, know its limits. Yep, I-10. Like we're about to pass this guy here in a minute. Oh, maybe not. The speed limit just increased. I think we're going up a little grade or something. I don't know. Yeah, we have to because I'm losing speed. Don't really look like it. Trucker King behind me trying to push me down the road. One of his drivers. saboteur truck, I believe. It's a mod. I think it's old Kenworth. If I do something like that, I'm gonna throw the old Screaming Jimmy Detroit in it, and you're gonna hear a lot of basically nothing but the engine. But that's like one of the greatest sounding diesels I think ever made. I mean, you can be running, 1500 on the tack, and it sounds like you're running 10,000 RPMs. Oh, we're getting close to 80 there. Back down a little bit, because I do not want to get race miles. You'll get get heavily penalized for that. You will lose a lot of miles. Which I don't really get too much. I've only gotten them a handful of times. And that's usually when things kind of go haywire. Or if I'm just in La La Land, like going down a grade or something. And in real life, I'd definitely be slowing down a lot sooner than that. Usually traffic is stopped. I wish they put some signs up a little earlier, letting you know what's going on. Because they do that in real life sometimes. If it's a very serious accident, they'll put some signs out. Or at least they do in my area. I can't speak for the whole country. So yeah, if you like good old V8 Detroit diesels, I'll probably do one of those ASMR style videos on that. It could be pretty loud, so the only thing you're going to hear is basically the motor. I know in real life, I've never driven one, but in real life a lot of people wore earplugs because just of the noise. But you can't really kill them things, eh? As long as you put, oil, water, and fuel in it, it'll run forever, probably. Alright, bypass. High winds, I think that's what it said. But yeah, those electronic signs, I liked how they put stuff on them as well. Sometimes they end up with some nonsense on them, but they come in handy sometimes. This is a little too close to traffic. Might have to pass them here in a minute. I mean, the speed limit's 75. I don't know why they're dragging their feet. I guess because they can, right? One of my billboards. Can't really miss that one. I like that. Pretty cool. Trucker King 2010 does some pretty cool stuff. Someone's cruising around in a Mustang, looks like. Alright, time to pass a Mustang. Watch me have to get off at the next exit or something. Because it happens every time I want to pass them. I haven't discovered part of this map yet, or driven through here. So I love playing these games because it's just pretty relaxing. Plus you kind of see places where you may not ever be able to see in real life, or get the concept of it anyway. Have a cookie. staying straight. Yeah, El Paso. About to, about to be a hood or. Alrighty then. Wow. See, they need to do a better job. Saying the road's closed or something. Thank you there, driver. Never fail. You just. It's alright, we'll get back on here. Could be nice if there's like a sign, you know. Man, truck's about to run over a car. That's funny. I don't know why we. I don't know. I ain't gonna ask no questions. Let's get back on here. We'll get in the middle lane because most likely the right lane will be ending up here. Lane ending. Oh. I'm thinking since we're using the Reforma map, might have changed a couple things. As far as the layout here in Texas, near the border, border, if I can speak correctly. Still pretty neat. So. left, so we'll have to make another pit stop. We got 25 hours remaining till we're officially late, so we got plenty of time. Because when you do a break, you gotta add 10 hours to your trip. So keep that in mind when you're doing regular freight loads like we're doing now. Because say like you see the time up there on the top, it says we got 5 hours and 12 minutes remaining. Well, next rest stop is 3 hours and 36 minutes. And obviously we'll be in violation. So we're gonna make a stop. That's gonna be 10-hour stop. You gotta have a 10-hour break. That's the law. So it'll take us, 15 hours to do that. So right now, if you see it in the job where it says remaining hours, there it says 24 hours and 38 minutes. Well, subtract 15 from that. So we'll have about 9 hours, 8-9 hours, which is fine. Got plenty of time. So just keep that in mind when you're doing these style loads. That's why I like World of Truck loads, because they go off real time. If it says you got 22 hours to do that, that's 22 hours in real time. Just don't forget about it, like I've done a couple times, where, you haul out 10 hours, and you got 10 hours. Like, okay, I'll do it later, and later becomes the next day, and instead of, it's already expired. But it's all good. Now, speed limit is 80. I am not going to do 80 because we will risk getting race miles. So we'll keep her about here. Now let's check our map real quick. Got 3 hours remaining to see if there's a rest area within 3 hours. It looks like there is. So we'll probably stop right here. That's an hour and a half. I would go down to here. Well, let's just check it. That's 4 hours, so that won't work. So reset Navi, or we can go right here. Don't matter. Well, we'll just stop up here. Keep it simple. We have a little rest area right there, and make a little note. That way, when it pops up on the little phone right there on the windshield, we know we're getting close. That's the one we want to stop at. Besides, it's getting dusk, and I figured you'll want to see the Reforma map during the day. Right now we're in Texas. I was planning on staying in Mexico, but like I said, this is where the load wants us to go, the GPS, so it's the fastest route. So that's what we're going to do. Try to go the most fastest and reasonable route. Most of the time the GPS does a pretty good job. Sometimes you gotta double check it though. All trucks must exit. Oh, it must be like ag station, I think. Yeah, I think so. No? Okay. Looks like we're getting off of this exit. Oh, stop yawning. Guess I didn't want to go into gear. It'd be nice if SCS would do some more accessory pack. Ooh, check out the moon, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's awesome. Alright, of course, as always, by the time we get up to speed, we gotta stop. Alright guys, we're taking our break here. Nighty night. Are you serious? What is with the rain, guys? We are supposed to be in a desert, not Florida. The reason I say Florida, because, you know, it's a sunshine state, but, you know, it always rains. Alright, we've got 160 miles roughly to go. And this town must be right on the border of basically Texas and Mexico. Train. hopefully everyone has their passport, so that we won't have any issues at the border. I don't know, I've always heard getting into another, like Mexico or Canada, ain't the issue, is getting back. Pretty crazy. Whoa. Jeez. About screwed up there. Started turning the wheel, nothing was happening. I was like, uh-oh. Alright, I think I came this way before. Looks familiar. And that's pretty cool. If I had to guess, this is probably the border right here. Pass, you better do it now. road's wet and the truck don't want to turn. Kind of like you hydroplaning, but kind of weird. I guess they're trying to simulate, you know, less grip or something. That gear. Uh-oh, my friend's calling me. We have to wait. We're almost done. Got another 25 miles to go. I'm calling back here in a moment. We're still in Texas. All right. All right, now we're getting to the border. Whoa, let's slow her down a bit. Guess we're officially in Mexico. There's the flag. Port of entry. Trucks use right. Right. Will do there, Chief. Guess he said the heck with that. Turning around. Oh, hold on, we're gonna lose our lunch here. Hang on. Look at these speed bumps, guys. This is crazy. Watch. This is crazy. Go hit her head on the roof. Ooh. lane, so we're going to go in front of this wheat wagon. Kidding, this place is right on the border. Oh, I'm just gonna follow that truck. Bypass the scale, wherever that is at. Gotta wait in line. All right, border, Mexico. Here's a garage that we can probably purchase. I probably won't. We'll see. I don't know. Alright, where we gotta go now? Oh, left. Guess we're going to this junkyard right here. Oh, tumbleweeds! Alright, where do they want this thing? Right over there. Alright. Or just back her up there in the corner. And we'll see what we can grab out of this location, if anything. We may have to drive somewhere else to pick something up. But we'll see. Looking for reverse. There we are. Alright guys, that concludes this trip. Hope everyone enjoyed the ride. Doing some border hopping there. Sorry for the squeaking. The chair's falling apart. But anyway, like I said before, hope you enjoyed the ride. As always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.